Life throws challenges at us, right? And we think we're strong enough to handle them, but sometimes we forget the power that lies in our own hands. We forget the strength we have within. It's easy to get lost in the noise, in the heartache, in the setbacks. But you got to recognize one thing. You are in control of how your story unfolds. The secret move, it's not about holding on to anger or bitterness when things don't go your way. It's about growth. It's about stepping back, taking a deep breath, and letting go of what no longer serves you. Most people don't understand that. They think the fight is in the back and forth, the drama, the confrontation. Nah, the real power is in silence. The real power is in your peace. When someone leaves you, when they walk out, don't chase them. Don't beg for closure. Let them go. And you know why? Because the moment you stop chasing is the moment you start growing. You take all that energy and you pour it into yourself. You elevate, you rise, you transform into someone they wish they could have kept. Let them see what they walked away from. Let them watch you evolve into the best version of yourself. They'll be sitting there thinking about what they had and wondering why they couldn't appreciate it when it was right in front of them. You see, the truth is, people don't realize what they've lost until it's gone, and when they see you rising above, they'll regret it, because they'll know deep down they let go of something real, something rare, something that can never be replaced. So you focus on your hustle, your passion, your purpose, you keep moving forward, and when they come back, when they realize what they've done, you'll be so far ahead that you won't even think about turning around. Inner strength and control. Recognize that you have the power within yourself to shape your story and face life's challenges with strength and resilience. The power of silence. True strength lies in your ability to let go and remain at peace rather than engaging in drama or conflict. Personal growth. The secret to moving forward is focusing on your own growth and development when someone walks away. Use the experience to elevate yourself. Self-elevation. Instead of chasing someone who's left, pour energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Make them regret walking away by showing your growth. Regret of loss. People often don't realize what they've lost until it's gone. When they see your transformation, they'll regret their decision. Moving forward, stay focused on your hustle, passion, and purpose. When they come back, you'll be so far ahead that you won't even need to look back. Life is going to throw punches. That's a fact. Challenges are a given. And if you think you're going to sail through without being tested, think again. Every single person on this planet faces trials. It's not about avoiding them. It's about how you handle them when they come your way. The key here, though, is understanding that you have more power than you think. You have the ability to shape your reality, your path, and your future, no matter the obstacles in your way. That's where your true strength lies. It's not about external circumstances, but what you choose to do with them. You are in control of how your story unfolds. We live in a world where external validation and approval seem to be the driving forces. We chase after the approval of others, whether it's in relationships, in our careers, or in our social lives. But real power, real strength, doesn't come from seeking validation from outside sources. It comes from within. You need to understand that no matter what anyone says or does, you are the one in charge of your own journey. Your choices, your actions, your mindset, they all belong to you. That's where your power lies. When you realize this, you'll stop letting other people's decisions, their judgments, and their actions define who you are. You stop relying on other people to tell you your worth. The strength to navigate life's storms is built by recognizing your own inner power. You don't need permission to rise up or to move forward. When you believe in yourself, truly believe that you have what it takes, you become unstoppable. The challenges you face won't be easy, but you'll handle them differently. You won't let them break you down. Instead, you'll use them as stepping stones. Life is unpredictable, but you don't have to be. You control your reaction to life. Every choice you make either brings you closer to your goals or further away. So when life hits you with everything it's got, remember this: you're stronger than you think, and you're more capable than you realize. The power is in your hands, always has been. There's a common misconception in our world today, a belief that strength is always loud, visible, and confrontational. People often think that real power comes from being outspoken, from making sure everyone hears your side of the story, or from being the one who stands tall in the chaos, demanding attention. But the reality is, the strongest people in this world are often the ones who don't need to make noise. They don't need to prove their worth through constant battles. Instead, they know the true value of silence. Silence is strength, and it's an underrated power. When someone walks away, when they make decisions that affect you, it's easy to get caught up in the emotions of the moment. You might feel the urge to argue, to fight for closure, or to make them understand your perspective. But here's the truth: you don't have to engage in every battle. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. Silence in moments like these is not about weakness or submission. It's about choosing your peace over the chaos. In fact, the moment you stop chasing, stop trying to hold on to something that's slipping away, you begin to reclaim your own peace of mind. That's real power. You see, when you stop reacting emotionally and start responding with calm, you put yourself in a position where you can think clearly, act wisely, and make better decisions. You let go of the need for constant validation, and you move into a space of self-sufficiency where your happiness is no longer reliant on others. Most people think silence is a sign of submission. They're wrong. Silence is a response that demands respect. When you don't react to drama, when you choose not to engage with the negativity or the nonsense, you send a powerful message. You are saying that you will no longer let the actions of others control your emotions. You won't let the noise of the world drown out your inner peace. And when you hold that power, others start to notice. It's not always easy, of course. Silence takes discipline, maturity, and strength. It's about choosing not to let the negativity of others affect your vibe. It's about taking a step back and choosing the high road, not because you're weak, but because you understand the value of protecting your peace. Growth is a journey, not a destination. It's something that happens within you, not because of what happens to you, but because of how you choose to respond to the circumstances around you. When someone walks away from you, when life throws its hardest blows, the immediate temptation is to dwell in the pain, to focus on the loss, to get stuck in the sadness. But the real secret to thriving in these moments is to shift your focus to growth. It's not about holding on to the past or wishing things were different. It's about using the experience as fuel to become the best version of yourself. Personal growth comes from taking what you've learned, even from the hardest situations, and using that wisdom to move forward. When something or someone leaves your life, don't look at it as a setback. Look at it as an opportunity for reinvention. The beauty of growth is that it's not dependent on anyone else but you. You don't need permission to get better, to evolve, or to rise from the ashes of a tough situation. The power lies in the choices you make after the storm passes. When you stop focusing on what you've lost and start looking at what you can gain, that's when the real transformation begins. It's about taking responsibility for your own life and realizing that no one else can define your worth or your future. You define that. You decide who you become in response to what happens to you. And that's where the magic happens. Every challenge is an opportunity for you to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. One of the most powerful things you can do in the face of adversity is to keep moving forward. Don't get stuck. Don't dwell on the people who couldn't see your worth or the opportunities that slipped through your fingers. Use those experiences to fuel your desire to be better, to push harder, to aim higher. Growth isn't a linear process. It doesn't always happen in a straight line. But as long as you're moving, you're progressing. Embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. It won't always be easy or comfortable, but it will always be worth it. Because when you commit to growth, when you dedicate yourself to becoming better, you open doors to a future that's filled with possibilities. And the best part is, this transformation is something that no one can take from you. It's yours to keep. When you focus on elevating yourself, it changes everything. You stop worrying about who stayed and who left, and you start investing in your own journey. It's no longer about proving yourself to anyone. It's about becoming someone that you can be proud of, someone who is constantly growing, evolving, and breaking through their own limitations. The key here is that your energy goes into improving who you are, not into chasing after what you lost. The real power is in transformation. When someone walks away, the immediate instinct might be to chase them, to fight for their attention, or to prove that you are worth keeping. But what if you stopped? What if you used that energy instead to pour into yourself, to focus on your health, your career, your dreams, your goals, and your passions, to make yourself the best version of you, not for anyone else, but for yourself? When you decide to elevate, you create a version of yourself that people can't ignore. You show them what they walked away from, not by showing them, but by becoming someone who stands out on their own. The moment you stop investing all of your energy into someone who's no longer invested in you is the moment you start to take back control. Elevating yourself means understanding that you don't need anyone's validation to succeed. You don't need anyone's approval to be great. It's about stepping into your own power and realizing that your worth doesn't come from someone else's opinion. It comes from within. When you elevate yourself, you start to see things differently. You begin to recognize your own potential. You stop settling for less than you deserve, and you start to aim higher. You start to realize that the relationships and situations that fall away might not have been meant for you in the first place. And you begin to understand that you're capable of attracting what truly aligns with your growth. This transformation isn't just physical. It's emotional, mental, and spiritual. It's about taking care of every part of yourself, your mind, your body, and your soul. When you become a person who has mastered their own growth, you create a magnetism that others can't help but notice. You make them regret walking away because you've become someone they'll wish they never let slip through their fingers. And that's when you realize you didn't need them. You needed to focus on yourself. People often don't realize what they have until it's gone. And in relationships, that rings especially true. When you're in something, you're fully immersed in it, sometimes blind to its value. But the moment it's no longer there, the absence can be deafening. It's in those quiet moments when they start to wonder, what did I lose? That's when regret creeps in. Regret isn't just about wishing for a second chance. It's about recognizing that they missed out on something real, something worth holding on to. But they only see it once it's too late. The power lies in understanding this dynamic. When someone walks away and you stop chasing, you let them feel the absence of what they took for granted. They'll start to wonder if they made the right choice. They'll start to realize the value of what you brought to the table, the support you gave, the love you offered, and the energy you shared. It's human nature to not truly appreciate something until it's no longer present. And that's your moment to rise. The more you focus on your own growth and continue to elevate yourself, the more they'll start to see the gap between where they are and where you're headed. When you don't sit around waiting for them to come back, you begin to move forward, and they'll start to watch from the sidelines. The transformation you undergo will shine brighter than any words or actions you could have said. Your absence becomes a mirror that reflects their own choices, their own regrets. They see the person they could have had, the person they let go of, and they can't help but feel the sting of that loss. This isn't about getting revenge or proving a point. It's simply about letting them witness what they missed. When you focus on your own journey, your own elevation, you show them the depth of what they lost. It's like a light shining in the dark. The harder they look, the clearer it becomes. And in that moment, when they realize the mistake, they'll feel the weight of their decision. But by then, you'll be far ahead, no longer concerned with who didn't see your worth. Because when you've elevated yourself, you realize that you were always enough. And you didn't need to chase anyone to prove it. The key to moving forward is in your mindset. It's about staying focused on what's ahead, no matter the obstacles or distractions that life throws at you. It's easy to get stuck in the past, especially when someone leaves your life, whether it's through a breakup, a lost friendship, or any kind of separation. The temptation to look back and wonder what if is powerful, but it can trap you in a cycle of regret and missed opportunity. The truth is, nothing in the past can be changed. The only thing you have control over is your present and the direction you choose to move toward. When you let go of the past and stop dwelling on who walked away, you give yourself the freedom to grow. You start to see that there are new opportunities on the horizon, new experiences waiting for you that could be even better than what you left behind. Moving forward doesn't mean forgetting the past, but it does mean learning from it and not allowing it to hold you back. The people and situations that no longer serve you have made room for something better to come into your life. But that only happens when you stop looking behind you and start looking ahead. The more you focus on your own growth, the more you realize how much potential you have to achieve everything you want. The future is full of possibilities, but you can only access those opportunities by staying committed to your path. Moving forward is not just about physical progress, it's about emotional and mental resilience as well. The longer you dwell on what you lost, the longer you delay the progress you could be making. Every day you stay stuck in the past is a day you're not investing in your own future. When you stop looking back, you also stop waiting for someone to realize your worth. You stop measuring your self-worth by their acknowledgement. You create your own path, and you realize that everything you need to succeed is already within you. You have the power to take your life in a new direction, to build something better, and to create a future that is far beyond what you ever imagined. And when those people come back, when they realize what they missed, you'll be so far along in your journey that they'll be nothing more than a distant thought. You'll be living a life they can only dream of. You see, in the end, the most powerful thing you can do for yourself is to stop letting the actions of others control your life. The moment you stop chasing what's no longer meant for you, the moment you start pouring your energy into your own growth, you unlock something powerful. You unlock the freedom to become the best version of yourself. You're no longer defined by the people who choose to leave or by the things you didn't get. You become defined by your own strength, your own perseverance, and your own ability to rise above anything life throws your way. And in doing so, you become unstoppable. The people who leave, the ones who fail to see your value while they had the chance, will one day realize the mistake they made. They'll feel the emptiness when they see what they let go of. But by then, you won't be looking back. You'll be so focused on your journey, so focused on becoming the person you've always meant to be, that their regret won't even matter. It will be too late for them to get back in your life. They'll wish they had seen your worth. They'll wish they had appreciated you when you were right there. But that's not your concern anymore. You've moved on. And moving on doesn't just mean leaving people behind. It means leaving behind the emotional baggage, the limiting beliefs, the doubt, and the fear that kept you stuck. The secret move is not in clinging to what no longer serves you, but in choosing to evolve, choosing to grow, choosing to rise above and transform into someone who is stronger, wiser, and more resilient because of the challenges you've faced. It's an understanding that life is always going to throw curveballs. People will come and go. But through it all, your ability to keep moving forward, to keep focusing on what's ahead, is what defines your success. You are the architect of your own future. You have the ability to decide what your next chapter will look like. Whether someone stays or leaves doesn't define you. How you respond to their departure is what truly matters. When you choose to rise, to focus on your own development, to live a life full of purpose and passion, you will become someone people regret leaving, but more importantly, you will become someone who no longer needs to prove their worth. The world will see you for who you are, not because you demanded attention, but because you lived your truth with integrity and strength. And as you move forward, keep this in mind. You don't need anyone to validate your worth. You don't need anyone to tell you that you're enough. You've always been enough. You always will be. It's up to you to realize that, to step into your power, and to never again question whether you're worthy. The secret is in you. You hold the key to your own happiness and success. You hold the key to your own future. No one else. You are the one who gets to decide how your story unfolds.